Okay, before I start, I need to remind you that if you have questions, write down the question, and then after that, during our lesson, you can go through with us. Okay, this message is only applicable if you are my students. Okay, now let's look at question 1. Okay, let's name the parts first. So the middle part is the penis. Okay, this is the testis. This is the vas deferens, but you don't have to know it. It's actually not your primary school syllabus. Obviously, this is the male part, and then this is the female part. Okay, this is the vagina. This is the womb where the fetus or the unborn baby develop. This is the ovary where eggs is produced. This is the fallopian tube. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, they ask you which one do the respective. Produce female reproductive cells. This is the egg cell. Male reproductive cells is the sperm cell. For plants, the male reproductive cells is called the pollen grains, if you remember. Okay, so the one that produces the egg cell is your ovary. So it's E. The one that produces your sperm cells is your testes. So it's B. That's number 4. Okay, if you are with my tuition, you should have done this during our science spelling. Okay, we also do something very similar whereby disease is passed down from generation to generation and only passed down to a specific gender. Okay, but this one is a bit slightly different from what we did in our spelling. Okay, so you have a disease carrier. Okay, he has a genetic trait. That means this gene has a disease. Okay, so if you receive this gene, you also have this disease. However, there's a difference. Some of them is just a carrier. Okay, carrier, that means they have the gene but they do not show it. Okay, have the gene but it's not shown. So there's a chance that they can pass it to their children, although they don't look like they have the disease, and then the children may have the disease shown. Okay, that's what I mean by carrier. Okay, so let's look at the information. They say A, Sam's children could possibly inherit the disease. So this is Sam, right? Sam is normal, so no disease, right? So if you have no disease, he doesn't have this genetic disorder. That means this disease is not in his body, in his genes. He cannot pass on. Okay, so this information here is wrong. They say both of Sam's grandparents, which is this group here, okay, both of them have displayed the symptoms. Okay, for the female, which is the grandmother, this is the grandma. Yes, the grandma has the disease shown, but not the grandfather. Okay, the grandfather is normal, he doesn't have this disease. So this information is wrong as well. They say Sam's mother inherited the genes of disease X from his grandmother. So this is the mother of Sam. Okay, it definitely did not get it from the grandfather because the grandfather doesn't have it, so it must have come from the grandmother. Okay, so this information here is correct. The genes of disease X are passed on to only the female members. Not true, because this is a male, right? So the male can also receive it. So this is also out. So the answer is C only. Okay, let's look at organism P. Organism P, right? Okay, look at this table at the bottom. Organism P, right, has chlorophyll. If you have chlorophyll, that means it can trap light, that means it can make food. So it can make its own food. does it reproduce by seed? It has fruits, right? It has fruits, so it's a flowering plant, therefore it reproduces by seeds. Okay, fruits also contain seeds that can be used to reproduce, so it's yes also. Does it grow on land? Yes, it also grows on land. Okay, so this is D. Okay, for organism Q, let's look at the table as well. It has chlorophyll, so it can make its own food, yes. Does it reproduce by seeds? Yes, also, because it has fruits. Okay, does it grow on land? No, so this is a water plant, so it is C. Then for organism R, okay, let's look at the table as well. Does not have chlorophyll. If it doesn't have chlorophyll, it cannot trap light. That means it cannot make its own food. So it is A. Okay. So the one that is that has the same characteristic as C is your Q only. Okay. If you have been paying attention, you should remember I've always told you in an experiment, all variables meaning things that are involved in an experiment, all variables must be the same except for what you are testing as well as your results. So I'm gonna write it again for those of you who is still not familiar. Okay, in an experiment, all variables should constant meaning same except for the variables tested results. Okay, results cannot touch, huh? So anyway, let's see what he's investigating. He's trying to find out if overcrowding affects the growth of the seed. So he's trying to investigate overcrowding. So like I say, whatever they are testing is your change variables, right? So these are your change variables. Okay, whatever you are testing, you can change. Only that's the only thing you change. Okay, so overcrowding is talking about the number of plants growing in one place, right? Meaning it is the number of seeds. When there's a lot of seeds, a lot of young plants, seedling, that means they are overcrowded. When there's less, they are less crowded. Okay, so everything else must be the same. So let's look at the options given. A and C. A and C, yes, they have different kind of plants. Both is same type of seeds, so it's a fair test. Both is on the field, so this is acceptable. But let's just go through all the options. Okay, D and E. D and E are different number of seeds, so correct. Both is seed Q, but one is in the room, one is in the field, so not fair already. Different location, so not fair. Okay, because the one in the field probably will get more light, therefore it can grow better, so it will affect your results. Then they say A, C and D. A, C and D, they have different number of seedlings, but they are different seeds. Two of them is P, one of them is Q, so you cannot accept this. Okay, all the seed type is different. Then they say B, D, E, different number of seeds, so correct. All is Q. Okay, two of them is in the room, one of them is in the field, so you also cannot accept this. One is in different location. Okay, it will not be a fair test. Okay, like I said, whatever can change in an experiment is whatever you are testing. So since you are testing how overcrowding affects the growth, the number of seeds is what you should change. So you should only choose number 1. Okay, this is an air and respiratory system topic. So fish usually breathe in dissolved air. Okay, dissolved air are basically air that is mixed with water. Okay, because they use gills to breathe. That's why when they come on land, they cannot breathe. So when let's say for example in this fish tank, if it runs out of water, right, you come to the surface, of course it wouldn't breathe the normal air in the surface. It would breathe the dissolved air on the surface, because when the surrounding air comes in contact with the surface of the water, they will mix and produce dissolved air. So if let's say a tank is totally no dissolved air, the most amount of dissolved air will usually be found at the surface of the water, which is the top part here. That's why they like to come up to the top to breathe when they run out of air. Now they tell this in a dark room, right? So the plant cannot photosynthesis. The plant cannot photosynthesis. When it cannot photosynthesis, it cannot produce dissolved oxygen. Okay, or rather, to be more precise, it's actually oxygen. Okay, but the oxygen will mix with the water, so it becomes dissolved oxygen. So Q will run out of oxygen first, right? So you come up to the water faster. So Q will come up to the water faster, meaning you will come out in a shorter time. Whereas this one will take a longer time. Okay, so the only one is number 2 lah. Q come out in 10 minutes. P can wait up to 15 minutes. Okay, because P is in a brightly lit room, so there's light, so the plants can photosynthesis to produce oxygen. Okay, systems, P4 topic. A skeletal system and muscular system is a part of the system topic. It's seldom tested, but sometimes it does come out. Okay, the remaining 3 other system, air, respiratory, circulatory, as well as digestive, this 3 topic has a chapter of their own, so you all should be very familiar with it. But sometimes you'll be surprised lah. The skeletal and muscular system will be tested as well. Okay, although it's not, it's just briefly mentioned in school. So X is your rib cage. So this is your rib cage. Okay, the rib cage protects the major organs. Okay, you realize there's a U shape here. So why I say protect the major organs? Why not all organs? Because the bottom part of the rib cage, as you can see, there's a gap here. So this is not protected. So what does it not protect? It does not protect your digestive system. Okay, I mean, evolutionary wise, probably is because this will allow us to bend. That's why there's a gap there. So it doesn't protect your stomach and your intestine. Okay, so what it protects your lungs and heart, because it's a major organ. Okay, anyway, your lungs is here. Okay, your heart is usually more to the left, somewhere here. Okay, heart and stomach, it doesn't protect stomach, like I tell you. It doesn't protect intestine. So you can choose only number 1. So it's a trick question. A lot of students will think that ribcage protects all the organs in your body. Okay, which is not true. It only protects some of the organs, because there's a gap, like I show you at the bottom. Okay, let's look at what he did. First, he did a brisk walk. Okay, when you do walking, it's a form of exercise. The heart rate should increase. Then after that, he took a rest. When you take a rest, your heart rate will go down, but you won't go down all the way until 0 lah. Okay, you go down until your resting heart rate, which for an adult is on average about 60 beats per minute. That means about 1 beat per second. Okay, then after that, he continued with a jumping jack. Jumping jack is definitely more tiring than brisk walk, so it should rise even further. Okay, so first, like I say, the heart rate will go up. So this is out already, because it didn't go up. Okay, this one both go up. So correct. Then when you rest, it should go down. Okay, when you rest, it should go down. When you rest, it should not stay the same. So this is out. Then after that, when you do jumping jack, it will shoot up. Okay, so in case you forgot why, the reason is because when you exercise, your cells, especially your muscle cells, need more energy to work. So in order for it to produce more energy, they must have more digested food, more oxygen. So your blood has to transport this digested food and oxygen quickly to your muscle cells. Then in order for your blood to move quickly, your heart must pump faster. That's why your heart rate will increase when you exercise. Okay, very clearly this thing here is your chloroplast, but you should also realize two things. Both of them has two layers, right? Therefore the outer layer is the cell wall. When you have a cell wall, definitely it is a plant cell, but it may not be a leaf cell. So it has chloroplast, right? So it is a leaf cell. As long as there's chloroplast, then definitely it's a leaf cell. Okay, I mean sometimes I haven't seen it come out for exam before, but sometimes they will. There are other plant parts that has chloroplast. For example, your broccoli, which is a flower. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to the question. Both X and Y are plant cells. Like I say, because they have cell wall, yes. Therefore, they are both plant cells. Y is most likely to be found in the leaf, yes, because it is chloroplast. And it can make food. So they use the word most likely, right? Okay, because like I tell you, some plant parts may have chloroplast as well. Okay, not just the leaf, but usually it's the leaf. Okay, X is an animal cell, Y is a plant cell. Nope, X is definitely not an animal cell because there's cell wall. Okay, animal cell do not have cell wall. Okay, X and Y are able to make food. Not true. Only Y can make food because only Y can trap light because it has chloroplast. So only A and B is true. Okay, this is your digestive system. You should be very familiar with it. It is learned in P4. Okay, this is your respiratory system. As you can see, you have your lungs, your windpipe, okay, and your nose. There's a heart here, right? So this is your circulatory system. Which of the following works to supply oxygen to the body and remove carbon dioxide? Definitely, when air is involved, respiratory system is involved. So one is definitely out. Okay, so 2, 3, 4 all has respiratory system, which is good. Okay, digestive system doesn't supply or take away uh, uh, carbon dioxide. Okay, although they use them because it is an organ, so it has cells, so it use them, but it doesn't remove it from the body. Okay, so no. Okay, the circulatory system will work with your Y to uh, transport. So what the blood vessels do is they'll go to your air sacs there, they'll pick up, and they'll go to all parts of the body, give out, and come back. Of course, they have to go to the heart first lah. Okay, so that's why they work together to remove and supply oxygen to all parts of the body. So number 3, Y and Z. Okay. Okay, this is your circulatory system. So the lungs is where they put in oxygen into your blood vessels, and your blood will carry all this oxygen to all parts of the body. So at A, right, it just receives oxygen, so the oxygen here should be the highest. Then the heart is an organ, that means it is made out of cells, that means they also use up some of the oxygen, so the oxygen level will decrease, but it's still quite high because only one organ use it. Then after that, you go to all parts of the body, then your body uses up a lot of oxygen, so the oxygen level will decrease, so it becomes low here. And then your heart will once again use a bit of it, so here's the lowest. Okay, let's look at oxygen first then, this part. Okay, so A has more than B, definitely, because A is the highest. A is less than C, not true, because like I say, A is the highest. D has more than B, let's see, no, not true, because D is the lowest. D has less than C, that's true. Okay, now, so now they are talking about digested food, right? Okay, so in case you forget, so let's say for example, this is your small intestine, this is your large intestine, right? So this is your digestive tract, in your digestive system. Then beside your, around your, next to your digestive tract, your small intestine or large intestine, is your blood vessels. Okay, what? These are blood vessels. Okay, then this is your, like I said, this is your small intestine and large intestine. So the digested food is very tiny, right? Okay, it will pass to the red blood cells. Then the red blood cells carry to all parts of the body. So at the small intestine, right, you take in a lot of digested food. So the digested food, maybe let me just change color. So the digested food is high here. Okay, or in fact it's the highest because it's just taking new digested food from the small intestine. So let's look at 1 and 4. Okay, they say B has less digested food than C. Yes, definitely, because it went one round already at the digested food. So when it come back, okay, there are very little digested food left because the body will use up all the other organs that it goes to use them up. Okay, B has more digested food than C. I can say not true. Okay, B should be the lowest in terms of digested food because your body that it goes to, the body parts that it goes to, has used up most of the digested food already. So answer is number 1. Okay. Okay, this one, this is red color water, right? Water, and then it is stained red. That means it must have taken up the water lah. So this must be talking about your water carrying tube. Okay, so they ask you what's the function of this part, which is your water carrying tube. It keeps the plant upright. Okay, actually this is true. Okay, I will look at all the other options first. You always choose the best option out of the 4. It store food, no, that's the job of the roots. Transport food to all parts of the plant, no, that is the food carrying tube. We are talking about water carrying tube here. They already say food already. Transport water to all parts of the plant, that is true as well. Okay, so actually water carrying tube also keeps the plant upright. But why did I choose which one will I choose? Okay, I'll choose number 4 because this is true but not always. Okay, you should realize that some plants have weak stems, right? So plants that have big stems, it doesn't keep the plant upright. Okay, so it doesn't do that. Actually, water carrying tube, like I mentioned, it also helps keeps the plant upright. Okay, but not always. That's why we choose the best answer, which is number 4. Okay, for this question, they tell you the food carrying tube is removed, right? So after the leaf here make food, okay, the food gets stuck here, so it will swell up. Now the plants can still stay alive because only the food carrying tube is removed. The inside, which is the water carrying tube, is still there. So that means the water can still go up. So the leaf can still use the water, light and carbon dioxide to make food. It gets light using its leaf chlorophyll to trap light lah. It uses the stomata on the leaf to take in carbon dioxide. So that's why since it has all these 3 substances, the leaf will still be able to make food as long as there's water going up. Then bottom right, after they make food, sometimes they want to share it off the top, or sometimes it goes to the roots, right? So you also swell up here since it cannot go up. So number 1 is the answer. Okay, so let's look at 30 degrees Celsius first. At 30 degrees Celsius, substance A has already melted, so it is a liquid. At 30 degrees Celsius. For B, at 30 degrees Celsius, it already melted and it haven't boiled. That means it haven't become gas. So at 30 degrees Celsius, it is also liquid. For C, at 30 degrees Celsius, it also already melted, so it is also a liquid, and it also haven't boiled yet. Okay, for D, at 30 degrees Celsius, it is still frozen. It haven't melted yet because it will only start melting at 80. Okay, so D is out already. Okay, then they say gas at 75 degrees Celsius, right? So A has already boiled, so it is a gas at 75 degrees. It haven't boiled for B, so it is still a liquid. Then this one, it already boiled at 75 degrees Celsius, so it's a gas already. So the answer is A and C. Okay, water vapor is gas, clouds is liquid. So this part is condensation. Okay, condensation is when things lose heat. When water vapor lose heat, they turn into water droplets. So is heat loss and its condensation, so it's number 1. Okay, so we always start from the source of light, right? Okay, if this is an open-ended question, please use a ruler. So sorry. Okay, we start. Okay, so we always start from the source of light. Okay, like I say, if it is an open-ended question, please use a ruler to draw. Okay, because the light travels in a straight line, so you must use ruler. Okay, so the light shines onto the bones, reflect the bones into the dog's eyes. That's why the dog see. Okay, so let's see which one is the correct option. Okay, so it's number 2. Okay, you cannot choose number 4. Some of you will choose number 4. Okay, because the dog eyes does not produce light. It is not a source of light, so light doesn't shine into the sun. Okay, so that's why number 4 is out. Do not choose 4. Okay, like I say, we are done with today. So like I say, if you have question, please let me know, so during lesson I can still explain to you again. Okay, thank you.